I'm Chevy, and today on the Daily Shed, you asked, I answer. Hello, friends. It's Friday, bye day. Welcome to the Shed. If you didn't know, Fridays are the day that you get to provide the content by asking me questions and I give you answers, or you can send me mail and all sorts of things, and I don't have to think. That's a lie. Just so you know. The part about Fridays being your day is true, though. So today, this week, all week long, I asked a bunch of questions about Chevy, or I asked you to ask questions. Chevy, how can I fix stuff? And I got quite a lot of good responses here that we're going to go through. I'm going to kind of burn through these real quick because I have something to talk about. Dunga asked, how do I fix America? Wow. Let's move on. Skunk Monkey had this question was left over from 2 weeks ago. Last week. What I thought about Rochester City winning the EPL Cup, and I think it's amazing. I think it's about time that we see a team that has a quarter of the Big Sixes, Big Fives salary. Show them how to play soccer. I think it's amazing because the Premier League has been rife with, only a few teams have won for the last forever. So it's awesome to see a team like that succeed. Meanwhile, my team probably going to get relegated. Oh well. How do I fix my broken PlayStation 4? If it's anything like the 3, I haven't messed with 4s. If it's anything like the 3, they have really crappy Blu-ray players, and if the lens got scratched, you have to replace the laser lens. And it's actually really easy to do. You can look up online, get the replacement kit. It usually comes with a couple rails, and you take the PS4 apart and put it in. It's really not that big of a deal. Sean Carroll says, my crippling depression. Sean, I wish I knew how to fix my crippling depression. This show has been an insanely huge part of fixing my personal mental problems. Matt Warden asked me a faulty three-way switch circuit. How can you tell which one of the switches is a bad one? This isn't so simple, but essentially you're going to want to shut power off to the circuit, and I would use an ohm meter if you can between the two switches to test the two legs, which are essentially the bridges between the two switches. If you wired it yourself, you probably did it wrong, because there's 9 different ways you could wire a three-way switch, and only one of them will work. Not saying that you're incompetent. Sean Howard asked the Affordable Care Act. I don't know how to answer that question because it's working. What is there to fix exactly? The website? It got fixed. Chris Kaner says the national debt. I think we just take everybody else's money. And Jeff Knoll asked a cat. How do you fix a cat? Cats fix you, dude. That's it. Sorry if I didn't answer your question the way you thought I would. I really want to talk about the show. So I have some mail.
What's this? A letter for me.
This week I have some mail. This is not from you, not from a viewer. This is something I ordered, but it's for the show. So I want to discuss with you. This came from Pitbull Audio. I just ordered this yesterday on eBay. So if you follow me on Twitter and Instagram, which you should, the links are they're down there in the description, and I'll put them here. It's Chevy Dot. Just assume that I'm Chevy Dot on most pages. I tweeted a picture yesterday of a new thing for the show, and this is the last little bit. This is a Rode SC4 TRS to TRRS adapter. It's a $15 little piece of wire. This is essentially a adapter that allows you to take a standard TRS plug, which looks like this, like a microphone. Goes here, and then I can plug this into a cell phone. This is for the show because this week we got this. This is a BM800 microphone, extremely inexpensive studio microphone that is just like a generic Chinese microphone. It could be branded a million different ways, but I've been doing a lot of research on microphones, and for the price, this was like $50 with the shock mount included in the cable. This thing provides amazing sound quality. So I went ahead and picked up a little stand, and starting Monday, by the way, this is episode 40, so this is the end of the second month. So starting Monday, assuming I can get all the audio things sorted out between recording on my phone and synced with the camera, we are upping the game here on the Daily Shed, and I will have clean, crisp, good audio, which means I will also be offering the Daily Shed as a podcast starting on Monday. So on iTunes, I haven't registered it yet. Hopefully I will by the time this video's out. It should be the Daily Shed on iTunes. I hope that's available. If not, I'll let you know on Monday, or you will be able to go to thedailyshed.com and subscribe from there, because that's where the episodes will be. So starting Monday, you'll be able to listen to the Daily Shed on your favorite podcast software. Hopefully the audio through this will be nice and clean. This is phase 1 of upgrading the show. Phase 2 will be the camera. I have about 2/3 of the money saved up for the new camera that I've been looking at. So early June, I should be able to pick up the new camera, which will allow me to control the brightness in here as well as the focus and all that good stuff. But Monday, podcast. I hope this thing turns out sounding good. This is going to be a fun experiment this weekend. I just got that this week, and like I said, I needed this tiny little cable so that I could put it into my cell phone after it comes out of a little Phantom Power box. We'll have mic, we'll have good audio, we'll have a podcast. That also means that beginning Monday, I'm going to start doing a more regularly programmed show. So I'm going to have more regular bits or segments or even just whole episodes based on, like we do Fridays. Friday is by day. Here I am doing it right now. We'll talk about the show. We talk about your mail or your questions, the wall if you guys want to send something. I'm going to do similar things or similar program. No, I'm not. I'm going to do similar days where I have a focus. So starting this Monday will be Movie Monday, where I am going to watch something terrible on Netflix. Probably Netflix. Could be box office, could be whatever, but I'm not going to review anything popular. It's going to be something crappy, and I'm going to tell you what I liked about it, because I'm a positive person, and there's always good. And if you have any suggestions for movies that you've accidentally watched that were terrible and you want me to suffer through them, feel free to suggest those. But I'm going to pick a movie this weekend and watch it. So Movie Mondays will start this Monday. I'm not sure that it'll always be a Monday thing, like every single Monday, but it'll probably be a regular part of the show. And then Wednesdays, I'm going to do some gaming. So I don't know if we'll do board games or video games, probably a mix of both, but Wednesday will be gaming themed. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, the tea days, will probably just be the normal talk show days. So if you have any ideas for what I could do on those off days that maybe you want to see, okay, Tuesdays is woodworking day or Thursdays is lockpicking day or whatever, let me know, and I will definitely try to figure out that whole schedule. But I'm going to keep tweaking this show going forward because I want it to continue to be entertaining. For 2 months, I've sat in front of the camera and just talked about something. And while I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for that 2 months, I realize it hasn't always been exceptional quality because it's not easy to pick 40 topics to sit down and just blab on about for 10 minutes. So I want to have a more focused, controlled schedule going forward so that I can plan out my discussions a little better, so I can provide higher quality content. So thank you guys for hanging out with me for the past 2 months. Episode 41, we're going to start something new and see what happens. The channel has been growing, and that is thanks to you. You guys have been listening to my calls to action of subscribing, of sharing this video. Please continue to do so. Every thumb up you give me, every comment you put in the comments, every time you subscribe or share this video on any of your social media platforms, that moves my search results higher in YouTube's sorting algorithm. So anything that you can do to help me get bumped up so more people get to see the show, that would be a huge, huge, huge help to me. So please comment every video. Let me know. Just say, hey, that's great. That's going to move me higher, and that's going to get my show in front of more people and give me an opportunity to grow the community like I have envisioned in my head. So thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for listening to me blab on about the show. I'll see you next week, the start of month 3 with episode 41, right here on YouTube or on the podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So in some of my project videos, I've had to do a lot of editing because I will attempt a portion of the project multiple times because I'm not really sure how I want to do it until I've got the pieces in my hand and I do it. So I think it can be both. I think you can really enjoy both the journey and the destination. The problem is, if you try to say, I have a final, this is my end goal, what happens when you achieve that? If you have nothing beyond that goal, do you just stop and give up? No.